All right, what's up, everybody? Just wanted to share with you the audience hotspots, and so that you know what to post and what your audience is looking for during that time of day. So first and foremost, I like to wake up, call this one the sunrise hotspots. Right during this time slot is a 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. time slot, and it's really my favorite one. This is my perfect client is usually up and looking at their news feed right at this time. I'm aware that I have their attention the most right now. So I really like to be a positive person. So really this is where I kind of want to start my day off with a positive message or a positive thought that will kind of create engagement, maybe get some people to share it, something like that, to kind of create some attention, right? So like I said, my perfect client is the self-starter, the go-getter. So this person is going to be up in the morning, maybe getting their kids breakfast or just finishing their workout or something like that, checking their Facebook news feed before, kind of the calm before the storm. So this is where I want to kind of share with my audience at this time a positive message that can get me going for the day. Next hotspot is going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. This one is a prime spot for some workers that just got to work and like to kind of screw around their first 30 minutes of getting on the clock. And then your stay-at-home parents, right? So it's really, studies show that 40% of estimated productivity is lost from non-work-related internet surfing, right, during the day. So that means a lot of people are just online screwing around. And where do you think that they're online at? They're on these social media sites. They're looking for at their news feed and looking at posts just to see what's happening. It's your post that is your job to get your audience to see your post at this time slot, right? So 15%. So despite a widespread misuse of social media at work, only 15% of businesses even have a social media policy, right? So you think a lot of companies have it blocked, but actually only 15% do. So that's 85% are on their Facebook page and they're checking out their news feed. And this is your chance to kind of get in with a good message. So for this post, I really like an interactive question, right? So this is something that's going to set up the rest of your day or the rest of your post for later on in that day. So an example here would be if you had $5,000 and you were to spend it at one store, what store would it be? So I'd make that post right around 10 o'clock, 10:30. Right, your stay-at-home parents, like you see on the screen right there, this is the quiet time that they had to take full advantage before their day starts, and they're busy with the kids and running errands and out like that. So definitely this is the time slot where you want to kind of hit some engaging type of question that's going to kind of elicit a lot of comments. Next time slot is going to be your 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. time slot. This is your lunch crowd, right? So as you see pictured here, and we talked about in our class that you look up at the table. Sometimes if you go to a restaurant, you can see everybody with their face in their phone, right, or their iPad or whatever, right? So not a lot of people talking. Well, where do you think that they're looking at, right? They're looking at their social media sites first and foremost. So this is a high usage time slot. Some people do buddy up and go to lunch together, right? And you occasionally will see two human beings actually talking to each other. But most of the time you're going to see what you see in this picture here, and or somebody's going to go by themselves and just kind of space out on their phone while they're waiting on their sandwich. So this is a good time to kind of get something in that's going to create engagement. Again, like before, maybe make somebody think. And Thursday and Friday are your highest peak time frames for that. And don't discount the weekends, right? So if you're going to make your post about your open house or what you got going on this weekend, and then the 12 to 1 time slot is prime time, good spot. Next time slot is going to be your 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. time slot, right? So this is like your moment, right? So this is what I called your moment in class. And the reason I call it that is because all day you have been entertaining and engaging your audience in non-work related stuff. And at this point, this is your time slot where most people are on. You know that. And this is your time where if you're going to throw an ad or you're going to throw that right hook, this is the time to do it. So As you can see right there, studies pinpoint the least productive time of day is at 2:55 p.m. Right, so that's right before this one comes up, and the 1 to 4 p.m. has the most click-through rates at that time frame. Right, and so why does it have the most click-through? Is a lot of times because people are online during that time. Right, unfortunately, people are sitting in traffic, killing time. We don't want anybody to text and drive or surf their Facebook page and drive, but inevitably that's what happens, right? So this is the number one spot, the most heavily trafficked time on social media, right? So this is where you want to kind of get in there and throw out what event you have coming up or some kind of business post. The next time slot is going to be your dedicated workers, right? So this is where your pure dedication hotspot, your 6 p.m. to 10. So the person online at this time just finished up their day. They make sure that everything is in order. They get home, they have dinner with their kids and veg out for a little bit before they jump back online and surf, right? Most realtors are go-getters, and they're from 10 to 7 p.m. They may be busy with their clients. Maybe they're showing houses. So for me personally, I know that this is a good time slot to kind of hit up some realtors and maybe make some engagement, whether that be commenting on their post, adding value to some of their posts, or messaging them. Maybe at this time is a good time to be scheduling on all my business pages or something like that, and just making the most of the groups like we talked about in the class. And we'll get to that one on the next video, how to leverage the groups and that kind of thing. So like I said, like you see on the screen right here, add value to your groups, engage. So if you have any scripts or anything, have that abundance mentality where you can share with the group and really add value, so that whenever somebody's thinking about they need a real estate agent in your area, you're the first person that comes to mind because you've been adding value to them for weeks or months on end. All right, that's it for the hotspots on this video. We'll check out the next video. We'll go into the 7 reasons that you're not currently being successful on social media. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.